Okay, I'm going to do a hack to a Sony P32. It's probably one of the easiest cameras you're going to find to hack. 3.2 megapixel fixed lens. Very simple camera. Does a nice job for in trail cams. We'll do an external hack to this camera too. Okay, now that I have the back off, this is the connector for the lens cover wire. So I want to take that and pull that off. And I'm going to do the externals now is what I'm doing. So I'm going to take this ribbon here off. Once I pull that ribbon, the tab here on the top, I'm going to pull up on it a little bit, not hard, and I can pull my camera apart. Now the front cover is away. And right in here is where I want to get for my externals. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull my two ribbons up on top. You got to be careful not to break it. That one there goes to the power. So here goes the power bar. The other one was our flash. Once I do that, there's a little catcher top. I can pop that, and I can pull this back a little bit, and don't force it because there is a ribbon there. There's a ribbon right there at the top, and I don't want to mess it up. So what I do now is I'll put something in there. It's not going to hurt it. And these are the 2 points. These are the 2 points I want to get to. Be positive, negative. Okay, now what I do is I get solder paste. It's resin soldering flux, non-spill paste from Radio Shack. And what I'll do is I'll put a little bit on these two contacts, right on the metal, and that'll give me something for that'll clean my area for my solder. So now I want to tin my wire. And I can lay my wire right on there. Solder right to that tab where I just put the Now I want to do the same thing to my positive, which is the top one. Okay, now once I have them soldered in, I can remove that. Click myself together here. Gotta remember that tab at the top. So we need to pull that up, snap that together, and we're together. Okay, now I want to run these wires in around the memory card reader, because I'm going to take these wires out the bottom of the camera. I like my camera's top of the unit. Every time I put cameras in the bottom, if the case leaks, I end up in a lot of trouble. So I want to route these so they're not in the road of anything. And when I'm done, I'll take them right out the tripod holder. And you can take them out a different place if you want. This is just where I'm going to take them out at. You can take them right out the top. Depends on your configuration. Then we want to put the front cover back in. Snap it all up. We'll leave this connector unconnected. We'll leave it alone. We got to put our ribbon back in. And I want to put my flash ribbon back in. Now I'm not going to put this ribbon all the way back in, but what I am going to do for the video's sake, I usually don't, so I know where they got to go. I'm just going to insert that just a little bit, not all the way, not that I can see, just enough that I can see. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to mark on that block where the terminals, where my terminals go into the block at. Now I'm a little messy with this. This is one reason I don't do it this way, but I want to mark that so when I put my SA in, or shutter assembly, I know where to put the wires. Okay, this is the SA that I recommend. It's from www.bfoutdoors.com. There's another one that's made that has a thicker wires in it, and they're actually can cause more harm than good. If you have thicker wires or thicker contacts inside, or wire strips, it can stretch this block and the camera will not work. So it can mess up, so your hack will not function properly and won't make contacts inside that block. So what I want to do now is I want to tin my SA before I even go any further. I want to tin my common, power, shutter. After I tin them, then I want to use these marks we have up here. So I'm going to take that ribbon out. Now what I do is I take a little bit of double-sided tape and I'll put it on the back side of that SA. And then I'll pull the back cover off of that. Okay, I'm going to take my SA, and there's a little wire sticking out the back, and I want to stick them in that connector, and I want to put them right where those pen marks are. Now after I do that, I want to insert my ribbon. Now I always double check this and line up, because you can see the little rows in the ribbon. There are my SAs in. Okay, for this hack I'm going to use yellow for my shutter, so I'm just going to lay that, I tinned my wire already, and I'm just going to lay that right on top there and hit it with the iron. And I'm good. And I'm going to use green for my common and put right on common, which would be C. Then I'm going to use orange for my power. Okay, my shutter is wired up, soldered up. Okay, now I want to fish my wires out my tripod hole. And you can drill a hole, or you can use a tripod hole. It's whatever you feel like using or how you want it. Like I said, even the wires go out the top real nice too on this camera. Okay, once I get my wires fished off, I still like to put a piece of tape over top of the ESA. It helps even hold it better. Less chance, because the cover is metal, but there should be a ribbon there. Shouldn't have to. So now what we want to do is put our back cover back on. And we got to make sure our wires are out of our way, because our ribbon has to go through right there. So we really got to tuck them off the side. So I'll put that ribbon, and this isn't easy at all. Maybe some other people have a better way of doing it than I do. Stick that in there. Alright. Reach in behind, push that lever up. And it's easier said than done. Make sure it's down. It's down. Put my camera together. And if you're not going to do external, you can skip the external part of it. It's no big deal. If you can also take the wires out the top right there if your board's above. We're putting our screws in now. And then we'll check our hack to make sure, see if it works. Okay, we're together. Okay, now our screws are in, we want to test it. First I'll power it on with the manual switch, and powers on. If it doesn't come on power, if it won't power up, either you got something on the battery, the batteries are dead, or your SA was not positioned properly. So I'm going to take a manual picture, and it takes a picture for me. So now what I want to do is I want to take my green wire, which was my common. I'm going to touch it orange, which is my power on. The camera should power on. Once it powers on, I take my shutter wire, which is my yellow wire, and I'm going to touch it with my green wire, which is common. I should take a picture. And I took a picture. I have flash on auto. I always like to have the flash on so I can see it's taking a picture. And one of the things also you can do is, I probably could have showed it that way, since we're taking a ground off the battery compartment, we really don't have to run a wire for the common on there. We don't need the green wire. The common for the battery, or the ground for the battery, will turn the camera on and off. So you can really do this with a 4-wire instead of a 5-wire by using the ground from the camera. This is how I do the hack. I don't know who originated the hack. It's been around a long time. Really simple, nice build. These P32s do a really fantastic job for only being a 3.2 megapixel. Just a great little camera. This one's a little beat up, but it'll do fine. I hope this helps you. Like I said, there's different ways of doing this. This is how I do the hack. Others probably do things a lot differently than what I do. This is basically from learning from failures from the past too. So I hope this helps. Thanks.